yn ball boy. Gwen, ti'n ball boy? Ti'n ball boy? Pob lwc?
Yeah, pob lwc.
Ah, that's a box. Here we go. Gobeithio fydd hi well na Hwlffordd Ceicona.
Gan ni sbwylio, wedyn gatho ni fel la.
Oedd hi hell of a save, though. Come on, Cymru. Where is Brennan Johnson? What a player. Fe fydd dros 40 o gemau byw gan sgorio eleni gyda sylwebeth Gymraeg a Saesneg ar bob un. Gyda nifer o'r gemau ar gael i'w gwylio ar blatfformau digidol sgorio.
I wylio ar clic, gwasanaeth ar alw S4C, chwiliwch am dudalen sgorio. Unwaith i'r darllediad ddechrau, bydd modd dewis sylwebeth Gymraeg neu Saesneg.
Bydd modd gwylio'r gêm a sylwebeth Cymraeg ar gael ar dudalen Facebook sgorio, neu sylwebeth Saesneg ar dudalen YouTube sgorio. Fe fydden nhw'n gyhoeddi dolenni i gyfeirio i'r mannau priodol cyn y gêm.
Cofiwch bod cyfoeth o gynnwys digidol cyson ar gael ac ar alw gan sgorio.
Sy'n caniatáu i chi dilyn pob cic, tackle a gôl o Gyngreiriau Cymru.
Mae'n rhoi 110 y cant iddi heddiw.
Job dda. Screwfix yn nodi pêl-droed ar S4C.
Mae pêl-droed ryngwladol yn parhau ar sgorio. O dîm cyntaf Cymru, tîm dan 11. A heno, Cymru C sy'n cael yn sylw ni ar yr ofal yng Caernarfon. Felly dyn nhw a Lloegr. Cymru yn erbyn Lloegr ar unrhyw lefel yn achlysur enfawr. A gwell hwyr na hwyrach yw i ran y gêm yma. Oedd hon fod digwydd 2 flynedd yn ôl, cyn i'r cyfnod clo. Gair drysau yn glef, nid yn unig ar yr ofal, ond ar draws Cymru. Ond, oedd hi werth yr aros, ni ma o'r diwedd, mae'n hyfryd cael bod ma a cael cwmni cyn ymysodwr Cymru, Malcolm Allen, gwych cael bod ma o'r diwedd. Malcolm, faint o fraint yw hon i'r chwaraewyr yma sy'n cynrychioli uwch gyngor Cymru JD heno?
Wel, Chris Coch, mae'n special. Maen nhw mor lwcus bod nhw'n ystafell newid na. Ond maen nhw'n neiddiannol, erwydd nhw wedi y goreuon o'r uwch gyngor yma yng Nghymru. Ond am her ac yn yr ofal o bob man, a mynd fama reit llawn dwi'n meddwl, felly bydd y lle'n bawnsio, mynd a wyrcio. Nhw'n delio fo'r achlysur, ac da ni roed i cyn o Lloegr. Felly, mae Lloegr yn llawn amser, mae'n amwyr chwaraewyr Cymru ddim yn, felly dwi'n rili edrych ymlaen i'r gem.
Pa mor anodd yw i syfer i ddod â tîm at ei gilydd mewn cyfnod byr?
Wel, mae Mark Jones yn eitha fi praw yma, wedi bod wrth i fod efo nhw. Mae wedi gweithio'n galad, mae wedi mynd trwy siarp a steil a patrwm mae eisiau chwarae. A dwi wedi gweld y tîm, dwi wedi gweld y system, mae'r balans yna gyda nhw heno. A dwi'n meddwl na ni'n ei gêm dda i Lloegr. Mae Paul Fair glyfdydd ni hefyd cyn y gêm dwi'n rhaid bod oes mwyn. Mae o'n deud, o'n i gyda'n nawr. Dyna ddim yn digwydd. O'n i eisiau system na trochi llewis i fi blant.
Dyn dewr sy'n gweud hynny ar yr ofal cyn y gêm yma. Felly Cymru y chwaraewyr o glybiau yn uwch gyngor Cymru JD. Dewch ni gael cyfle i ddod i nabod y garfan felly.
Gam arbediad gan Ramsey. Connor Roberts. Am arbediad di hwnna. Mae hwnna'n gornel o rwyd. Davies. O! Dyna chi gol. Gampus. Cein yn mynd. A mae'n ergyd o bell. Gwefreiddiol gan gapten Penabont. Evelyn Lewis. Donoghue dros y wal. Na chi gol gan Fion Donoghue. Chris Marriott ar gig gornel a Danny Davies yno. Mae'r seintiau ar y blaen wedi cwta 5 munud. A Halling, gwych gan Halling. Smith i'w selio hi, ac mae'n gwneud hynny.
Pwys y Green! A mae Green yn sgorio!
Helo.
Darren Thomas!
O, Bryn, ie.
Ercyd wych gan Darren Thomas ar ei droed chwith.
Will Evans! Will Evans! Mae'r bol ar ei sgorio!
Kane McLagan. Yn syth at gornel i'ch arwyd! Am gol!
John Nathan Wood. McCarthy di cael ei fewn! A dyna chi gol i ennill gêm! Aaron Edwards!
Kick rydd wych gan Jake Phillips yn canfod cornel i'ch arwyd.
Fawcett o beth! O, na chi gol! Ben Fawcett!
O, na chi beniad Jenkins oedd i fyny o'r cefn.
Price y dilyn ac am gol Price. Da gol gwych.
Mark, tough test to wait.
Yes, it does, Bryn. It's a tough test, but one we're looking forward to, mate.
Team selection, what's the thought behind the lineup you've gone for tonight?
Most probably a bit of pace and shape. There's good shape if you have a look later on. I think there's 4 left footers down the left-hand side, which is unusual for some teams, but it adds good shape, and hopefully it'll add a good blend to the football.
What can you bring into this match from your previous experiences? You know, the 2-2 draw back in, was it 3 years ago in Salford?
Yeah.
What did you learn there?
The pace of the game is most probably just a little bit quicker, definitely. Physicality as well. We're playing a team from the National League, whereas I think it's a bit more physical than the Cymru Premier League, so we have to adapt very quickly.
Diolch yn fawr iawn, pob lwc.
Thank you.
Bryn Thomas yn holi Mark Jones fan yna. Mark yn gydweithio gyda ni ar sgorio erbyn hyn. Wrth gwrs, oedd Bryn yn cyfeirio nôl at y gêm ddiwetha yn Salford. Malcolm, gêm wedi bod yn y Bari hefyd blwyddyn cyn hynny. Colli hwnna o 2-2. Hon yn gorffen 2 gol yr un. Lloegr ar y blaen ddwywedd, Cymru'n taro nôl. Ddwywedd, oedd hi'n dipyn yn noson.
Cymru eto i sefyll yn y challenge mwy yn yr ail gêm yn y gêm Salford yma. Gêm i rwyd i hyn i Nathan Peter hwnna, ond Cymru yn taro nôl yn sydyn iawn. Ond beth yn bwysig o'r gêm yma? Oedd y llwyfan, oedd y ffitness i'n chwaraewyr yna. Nath ni weld Conor Rowley sy'n mynd i go hwnna, nath ni Paul Trail, nath ni weld Roscoe mynd i Wimbledon, i clipio yn y pyramid yn Lloegr, sy'n llawn amser. Yndi, da ni'n gwybod na mynd i fod yn anodd yn erbyn y tîm. Ond tîm yn tamlu tŵawn i mewn byth yn erbyn Lloegr wrth gwrs. Ac sy'n mynd i mewn nes ar y ffydd. A mae'n codi drefn. Mae'r angen hynna i ni, mae'r balchder hynna i ni. Ond pan ti'n chwarae mewn gêm fel hyn, fel nath nhw y noson yma, nath nhw i gyd chwarae ar ei gora i gael y canlyniad. A dyma pan gael Roscoe ac y tîm efo Wimbledon di mewn. Mae'n gwneud y scouts yn hwyr na hapyn yma eto hynna. Wrth gwrs, ond dwi'n meddwl, tîm mewn Cymru, efallai efo Miles Davies, sy'n dal yn y Lloegr yn cael ei gwneud mewn gan unrhyw hwb proffesiynol eich ar ddyn gona. Mae lleill allan i pasio hynny.
Mae'n gyfle, mae'n lwyfan, dim amheuaeth am hynny. Dewch ni glywed gan reolwr Lloegr cyn i'r tîmau gamu i'r cae. Dyma Paul Fairclough.
Paul, croeso i Caernarfon, welcome to Caernarfon. What do you expect tonight from the match?
Well, do you know, it's been a long time coming. I think we've been starved of international football at this level, non-league football. And it's 3 years building up for this team to have played. So I'm just expecting a really exciting game tonight. You know, we've had, I believe there's going to be a good crowd here, and it's going to be played in a great fashion. Really excited about the game. I mean, look, I've not had a game of football to manage for 3 years, you know. So what do you expect? You cannot expect any other response, really. Yeah.
Paul Fairclough yn llawn cyffro ar ofal. Eitha llawn hefyd ar gyfer y gêm ryngwladol yma. Dyna'r olygfa. Y ddau dîm yn y twnnel ar yr ofal yn barod i gamu i'r cae. Gymaint y cynywed i gwerthu, ond mae'n gyfnod prysur hefyd. Gymaint yr ein i fod yn teithio o'r gogledd i'r de i wylio tîm cyntaf Cymru. Ac yma eto heno i weld Cymru ec ar yr ofal am eich un o'r chwaraewyr Caernarfon yn camu i'r cae hefyd. Ond y ddraig goch yn erbyn y 3 dew ar unrhyw lwyfan yn golygu gymaint. Ac ac yn amlwg yn golygu gymaint i'r chwaraewyr yma o'r Cyngor Cymru. Dieidi, coch yn erbyn y gwyn. Mae'r pethau bach yn nhw'n marfer trwy'r wrthnos. Mae'r kit ymarfer yn kit chwarae hefyd union fel y tîm cyntaf. Maen nhw'n cymryd o ddifri. Mae'n braf iawn gweld hynny. Dyma fe, Matt Jones wrth i fod. Nos yn fawr iddo fe. Trydydd troedd o fe arfer y tîm yma. Justin Edwards wrth i ochr yn y llaw. Cael cap i tîm cyntaf Cymru. Wel, Met Caerdydd. Yn y chwaraewyr y Met yw'r capten Emlyn Lewis fan yna. Nos yn fawr i Emlyn. Yn ganu'r anthemau. Mae hyn hefyd ar yr ofal. Gair ola i'r chwaraewyr. Mae'n mynd pardoes misroedd yn edrych ar chwaraewyr Mark Jones. I'r Smothers wrth i ochr hefyd. Yn edrych cyfarwydd yma. Os yna tîm yn hyfforddi hefyd. Fersiwn fyrrach wedyn ni fyna o anthem Lloegr. Dwi'n credu bod nhw'n fwy cyfarwydd a anthem Cymru fan hyn ar yr ofal. Dyna ni yr anthemau y ddau gapten yn mynd i gyfarch eich gilydd wrth i ni fynd o gwmpas i weld y newyddion tîmau. Mae 5 yn y garfan o ran Cymru wedi cael profiad y chwarae Gymru Ec. Maen nhw gyd yn dechrau hefyd. Ac o ran y clybiau, mae yna 3 chwaraewr o ben y bont, 2 o'r Bala a'r Bari ac 1 o'r un o Caernarfon. Cic honna, Met Caerdydd ar Seintiau Newydd. Ac o ran Lloegr, Scott Bloach yn y gol. Mae fe wedi bod yn brif garfan Lloegr. Mae dyn nhw ymwysodwr hefyd, sydd wedi sgorio i Newcastle yng ngwpan Lloegr. Sôn am ymwysodwr sydd wedi sgorio i Newcastle. Fi'n afon un arall o'r reini, Malcolm Allen.
Ie, dwi'n licio'r balans o'r Cymru heno. Ti'n bod mae'r tîm yn cefn 2 sy'n licio mosod ar y bel yn Dion ac Donahue a Emlyn Lewis hefyd. Wedyn, dwi'n Dani Davies i gorfod o ddymdreg yn fo. A mae'r 2, Dion Donahue a Davies mynd i'n dod allan i chwarae. Dwi'n o lawr yn esgyd a Davies yn ffyr Will Evans a McLagan, un mawr un bach. Gwatcha di y briwsion na i ddeitha McLagan. Dyn mawr ma. Mae rai fi sôn iddo fo am Ash Palmer yn yr amddiffyn dros 30 o gemau Stockport County yn y gyngraid genedlaethol dyna pam maen nhw 9 pwynt i'r pen Wrexham oherwydd fod, fi'n siŵr, yn just ymosod yn bob dim. Mae rhai ni cael tu ôl i'r amddiffyn yma. Robertson a little, a wedyn Roberts, Waters. Waters, mae'n ddo trio glifio, gweud pethau fe'i gilydd. Cheek, sgorio digon o goliau. Tymor hyn. Wel, am dymor, mae'r dim yma'n cael. Mae yna arweinydd ar y cae, mae'n gapdan i'w dîm i lawr yn pen y bont. Ac mae o'n mynnu perfformiadau o'i gwmpas o wrth i fodd yn ymuno i fyny'r cae. Na ni weld hynny heno. Dyn yma, mae o'n llon llaw. Mae o'n gyflym 11 gol yn barod i Notts County. Nath o ddechrau yrfa efo Newcastle. Callum Roberts ydi enw fo, rhif 11 yma hyn. 11 o goliau i Notts County fel nes i ddeud, ond ti'n gwybod be, oedd o'n Caerlyr, nath chwarae tîm cynta'n Caerlyr. Yn chwarae Notts County rwan, felly cadw llygad ar hwn. Mae wrth i fod Cymru pobl ar.
Ac yn ironig, Callum Roberts fod yma i Gymru ec, ond yn anffodus wedi cael anaf, felly cydymdeimlo'n fawr gyda Callum, ond yn siomedig dros ben bod e ddim yn gallu bod yma. A dyfarnwr felly o Ogledd Iwerddon, Tim Marshall, yw'r gŵr yn y canol. Ac fe oedd wrth y lliw fel petai ar Barc Jenner, 2019. Dwi'n mynd teimlo fel 4 blynedd yn ôl. Tair i ddwy oedd honna, Cymru mynd ar ei holi y cyntaro nôl. A wedyn y gêm diwetha, 2019 yn Salford. Aaron Edwards yr unig un sydd wedi bod yn y 2 garfan diwetha. Mae hwnna'n dweud llawer, mae'n siŵr Falcon.
Mae yna 5 yn dechrau'r gêm, cofia, na chwarae'n Salford. Ddigon o brofiad yn y gêm. Gathon ni cyn hon, 2 flynedd yn ôl. Felly mae'n mynd i helpu'r chwaraewydd sy'n chwarae gêm gyntaf i Gymru heno. Gret i gael cyfle iddyn nhw. A mae'n un o'n nosweithio yna, dydy ddim yn dress rehearsal. Alla ni byth i gwyd eto, mae'n eich di wneud i Gymru. Rwan, heno.
Ar ddau.
Good evening and welcome to the Oval in Caernarfon for the C international fixture between Wales and England. So much anticipation for this one up here in North Wales, and I'm delighted to have alongside me the former Wales semi-professional international Mark Lloyd-Williams. Good evening, Mark.
Evening, Owen.
Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, should be an intriguing contest. You know, it's nice to see that England have, gone with the open age group for this season. They predominantly go with their under-23 squad, but it'll be a good contest and one I'm sure all of us are looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, this game was due to be played 3 years ago, before the pandemic, and we're just happy that the public are able to get out and support the Welsh. Over 1,200 tickets sold, plenty of excitement, and it's interesting to see how Wales have lined up with a back three, it seems, Mark.
Yeah, it looks like 3 at the back with Dan Davies slotting in alongside Emlyn Lewis. Could easily adapt then to a back 4 if needed, with Dan going as a full back and then Miles Davis pushing further on and Kane Owen slotting in as left back. So yeah, it's a good balance, something that could be quite adaptable as the game goes on.
Aaron Edwards finding Kane Owen with a beautiful pass up towards Will Evans. Always a threat in behind. Slightly off balance with the cross, unable to get the ball towards his strike partner tonight. Kane McLagan in the box, but that's definitely going to be a threat. Will Evans' pace in behind.
Yeah, it's good ball, just good to turn the opposition early on, put them on the back foot, and the quality there by Will Evans wasn't the best, and he could have just taken a bit more time, wait for support, and then maybe Kane Owen whipping that ball in. We know what a left foot he's got, but Wales will be looking to get in behind, use McLagan and Will Evans' pace, and try and cause some problems to the English backline.
Will Evans, one of 6 debutants for Wales this evening. A good balance of experience, and the rest of the boys looking to really create an impact, as we see Will Evans putting the big defender Will Wright under pressure from the off, and then settle back into their shape. Long ball up forward by Loach in the goal. Aaron Edwards, middle of the park, finding Clayton Green. No foul according to the referee. The ball goes out wide on the right towards Callum Roberts, looking to come in on his left foot, but no, goes past a little bit too easy, and good work by Ramsey in the goal there. It looked as if he was looking to get in on that left foot. Good bit of trickery right at the end. Fooling Donahue, good play.
Yeah, great play by Callum Roberts. A little step over, teasing Dion Donahue. He should have maybe pulled it back to his teammates, but, you know, as all good strikers are, a bit selfish, and then, you know, good save by Ramsey. I'll give him some confidence.
Armani Little with a short corner. Wales looking to clear. No forward players. All 11 of the Wales players defending that corner. Just settling into a low block as the ball goes forward by Wright. Picking up the pieces in the middle of the park. England seem to have settled just a little bit quicker, Mac.
Yeah, you know, expect, you know, the quality they've got on the side. You know, a few withdrawals after the weekend games. You know, Stockport County players, Wrexham players, you know, going for promotion, going for the FA Trophy, playing each other on Saturday. So, you know, it was to be expected that some players would drop out of the England squad, but, you know, the calibre of players they can then call upon is incredible, and, you know, it'll be a very entertaining fixture. One that Wales have got to be alert, you know, throughout the 90 minutes.
Miles Davis, just a little bit too much pressure. The right wing back, Penabont, has been a stand-up performer in the Welsh Premier League this season. There was a foul.
Yeah, Miles done, you know, incredibly well this season. Quite a versatile player, can play wing back, full back, you know, in the middle of the park, and, you know, is worthy of his place. Probably looking to get back into the Football League at some stage.
Kay McLagan just looking to put the captain, Ash Palmer of Stockport, under a little bit of pressure. This is to be expected. England seeing plenty of the ball, but they are mixing up the play a little bit. Keeping possession at the back and then looking for the one long ball in behind Wales's back three, which quite comfortably changes and switches to a back five at times.
Yeah, good bit of play here by Billy Waters.
Good play by Beard there. Defensive shape, strong by Wales, and it does seem as if the away side just seem to have settled a little bit quicker into the game.
Yeah, some goals on his side as well. You look at, you know, Michael Cheek, Billy Waters, 16 goals in the National League this season. You know, Callum Roberts got 11. Armani Little, he's also got 11. So, you know, they won't be afraid to attack.
Cross coming in towards the back post. Good clearance by Kane Owen there. A little bit scrappy. Will Evans just looking for a clearance. Wales probably could do with somebody just getting their foot on the ball, just slowing the tempo down slightly. But by defending in numbers with the set pieces, it's very hard to find an outball at the moment. As we see Scott Loach of Chesterfield slowing the tempo down, looking for the long ball up towards the centre forward Michael Cheek. His first two, and there's plenty of bodies in the box for England. As we see once again, I think it's a good tackle. I think Callum Roberts was looking for that one, looking for a penalty, wasn't he?
Yeah, great play by Dion Donoghue there. You know, he's done him once, and Dion making sure that he's not going to do it again. He's, you know, tried same trick as before. A little, didn't do the step over this time. Tried to drag it back inside, and, you know, we see a lot of that now. You know, at every level where, you know, they're playing on the opposite flank to the favoured foot, and, you know, they try and cut in and then cut back, so try and cause a few more problems, you know, for the opposition defence. And, you know, Dion, you know, has learned, you know, from that first couple of minutes where he got done in the box, and then, you know, he got his tackle, and then he timed that tackle a lot better, and that'll give him confidence.
Yeah, Dion Donoghue's experience, former Football League player, Chesterfield, Swindon, Portsmouth, many other clubs. His experience will be so important tonight, and here he is, Mark Jones, the Wales C manager. Plenty of experience by this man, and he will be loving this. One defeat at Jenner Park, a draw up at Salford. He'll be hoping to get that elusive victory tonight.
Yeah, relish this game tonight. You know, like similar to Paul Fairclough, you know, been waiting 3 years, you know, since the last C fixture, and, you know, when that finished 2-2, you think, you know, you could bring him in here, you know, 2 years ago, and then COVID struck, and, you know, so it's been a long time. You know, he's had a long time to plan for it anyway. You know, analysing players over the last couple of years, and probably one or two unlucky to miss out.
Oh, a little bit feisty there. See Armani Little going in a little bit late on Clayton Green. his tenacity is going to be so important as this game goes on. But good play by Kay McLagan to hold the ball up in the first place. As we see the captain, Emlyn Lewis, getting his head on the ball and winning the corner. What we do know is with Kane Owen in the side, the delivery is going to be of the highest calibre throughout the evening, any chance Wales get.
Yeah, he's got quality, and Donny both got quality with the left pegs, and from set pieces, Wales should be dangerous if the attacking players time the runs. They could cause some problems for that English defence.
Miles Davis, the Tenabont right wing back, coming across to take this. Going to be an in-swinger, plenty of bodies in the box. Emlyn Lewis one, Will Evans the other, good in the air. Aaron Edwards, plenty of experience. Delivery needs to be good now by Miles Davis. Can't quite beat the near post man, but as expected, Clayton Green showing that tenacity to keep the ball alive on the edge of the box. Here's Aaron Edwards, lovely little flick. Little back heel, couldn't quite find Harling, looking for that run. Probably the best spell that Wales have had so far.
Yeah, good spell, coming from, that set piece from Kane Owen, and then, they're in that third of the pitch, the final third, then, and then they can start, to put their dominance in the game, try and, create the opportunities, overplay at some points.
Davis with the long throw. Emlyn Lewis has stayed up. England able to clear. As we see Will Evans here in the box on his left foot across. What a finish by Will Evans. He kept the ball alive. The England players, the defenders, are hoping to see the flag being raised. No such luck. The importance of keeping the ball alive. This man is loving it. Christian Edwards alongside him, of course. After a nervy start, the perfect response by Wales there.
Yeah, you could say against the run of play, but the ball, comes to his path back in by Miles Davis. England get caught, napping. Great first touch, and then just whips that ball across the goalkeeper like he should do, and then he just creeps in at that far post, and fantastic response, to England probably dominating the first, few minutes of the game, and that'll give, the home side so much confidence. And we've seen Will Evans do it, for Bala, and previously Cardiff Met in the Cymru Premier, and, to do it on the international stage, you'll be, made up to that. Similar to, Gareth Bale goal, on Thursday night, his second, that little good first touch, and then just, head down, and then, hitting across the goalkeeper rather than going towards near post. And, I think England will be disappointing. They looked, like you said, for the offside flag, but, you've got to play the whistle.
I think something we've seen plenty ourselves over the years, Mark, the slope here at the Oval probably favours Will Evans there in terms of the ball just moving away from the goalkeeper. And as we spoke about, it was quite a nervy start by the Wales players. And then it's important that the likes of Aaron Edwards show their experience. Played at this level, this is his 9th appearance for Wales at this level. So important. You just sense that the likes of Aaron Edwards, Clayton Green, just started getting a foothold of the game.
Yeah, when you're in, you've got to suck the pressure. They're going to come out, on the front foot, England, and like they always do. I watched the England schools game, last week up in Northern Ireland, and, they came out first 20 minutes, firing out the traps. And as the game settled, the opposition will get into the game, and you've got to take your chances. And, the time where you are in that final third in the opposition's half, you've got to show your quality then. We know they can defend, but then what have you got going the other way?
Well, here's McLagan from the opposite side this time. Once again, the England defenders were looking and hoping for a flag. McLagan had timed his run well. This man will be absolutely delighted to get that first goal, especially.
Yeah, if England score, you're chasing the game then, but now, it could be a different game plan. Especially with the back three, back five when he's defending, making it so hard. And, take from England, time to get used to the pitch, not the surface of the pitch, but like you mentioned, the little slope from, right to left as we look at it.
Good play there by Danny Davis. Keeping possession under pressure. There was a slight nudge on him. Kay McLagan, he'll always look to be a threat. He can do a little bit of both, can't he? He looks for the runs in behinds, but equally he is as comfortable just dropping deep and being the link man.
Yeah, he's got good experience, Kane. You know, not had this club, Barry haven't had the best of season so far this year, and you know, I think Kane scored over half their goals, so you know, shows the calibre, you know, the striker that Wales have got. And you know, I think both teams would have. I know the Welsh players are used to playing here. You know, when they come here, like Dion plays here week in, week out. You know, the other players have been here, you know, time and time again. But for the England players, they probably trained on here yesterday. You know, so they've only had one feel of, you know, the surroundings and the pitch, and you know that does make a difference.
What do you make of the fact that England have gone with an older squad, Mark? We discussed it briefly earlier. The fact they've always looked at under-23s, young players from the National League, and this year there seems to have been a bit of a change. The average age has gone right up.
Yeah, I think it's good. You know, whatever level the football represents in your country, you know, when you play National League and, you know, you're itching to get into the Football League and you can't make it, but you're performing week in, week out, and, you know, you're over our age group, it gives you a platform. You know, this league, you know, this game, this, you know, used to be a competition, the Four Nations competition when we played, and you know, it's a good, you know, stepping stone for some of these players to maybe catch the eye of one or two scouts and, you know, get themselves into the Football League.
Stand up! Well up! Well done, Louis!
Yeah, it's a good showpiece. It's just a shame that the Four Nations tournament, you know, stopped. You know, I think that ran for 3 or 4 years. You know, early on this century. I think once every nation had, you know, hosted a tournament. I think they thought that they'll call it a day and then just go back into the, you know, the one-off international games. It's a shame that they can't do this. You know, maybe one fixture before Christmas and then another, you know, this time of the year, like have a home and away leg, have a little shield to play for, you know, at the end, and maybe give it a bit more impetus then. Yeah, great play by Will Evans. He won the first header, and then Kane, McLagan, you know, didn't get his cross in the first time, but second time, and I think it was Sam Beard at the far post that got the clearance in. I don't think Paul Fairclough would be happy, especially with the last 5 minutes of play. The England manager. He probably should have gone ahead early on through Callum Roberts.
Well done, Dion! Well done, Dion! Tighter, Clayton!
Yeah, look, there's no VAR here, but from where I'm looking, that looked like a penalty. But we are neutral referees, so you know, it'd be good to see that played back. Well, you know, maybe this will leave you a better angle. 6-1 after, isn't it, maybe? Wales are back on the attack now.
Every time, son. Every time. Come on.
Yeah, you know, he's full of confidence, but, you know, wasn't the best quality cross from Will. And Kane McLagan's at the far post. I think Wales are quite happy for England to have it at the back, and you know, they're not doing the high press.
Shane, look at that line. Shane, look at the line. Break them in tighter. Go on, Shane. Go on, Shane. Fine. Tighter, tighter.
Yeah, we just need to, keep the ball, if England start getting on top, take the steam out the game, go down, for an injury, take your time on throw-ins, goal kicks, corners, etc. And then, you've got to take the sting out of the English game if they are getting, more into, especially, they are going to get periods on it, every team and every game gets a good, 15, 20-minute spell, and it's how you deal and defend with that pressure.
No problem, Danny. Dion, we get off the bit. Kane, in between, Kane. Kane in between.
Yeah, I think, for being a striker myself, I'd be disappointed if that wasn't given. Yeah, fantastic start for the Welsh side. Now Kane McLagan, he's doing that well. He's waiting for the pass to be played across, and then he goes. And then, Aaron Edwards, great first touch, out of his feet, and then he just buries that ball. No chance for the keeper whatsoever. And when he coaching strikers, there's no point closing down when the defender's got the ball at his feet. As soon as that ball is released across, then you go and then put the pressure on, because the other defender or the player head down looking for the ball, and then Kane McLagan done that fantastic, put pressure on, win the ball back, and then Aaron Edwards in support. When one goes, another player's got to go, and that's what happened. They went in, hunted in packs, and they got their just rewards. Yeah, very experienced player. And, like you say, when there might be something they might have worked on during the week in training. We know how quick and how sharp Kane is, and when he seen that ball coming across, he thought, right, this is my cue to go, and that's what he did. You look at Ash Palmer. You look at Ash Palmer. So much experience in the National League this season. But I think it was a wicked cross coming in, and defended there by Wales, and Sam Beard putting the ball back in towards the far post. He's offside, and good press by the Welsh defence there, and Alex Ramsey had to be on his toes. I think he came off a Welsh player, the first cross, and the initial cross that came in.
With that uncomfortable, probably as we see the cross coming in once again. I think it's Harling with getting a toe on it, and he would have just had a little look up to see, where's that going to end up? Knows the goalkeeper's behind him. Wales now looking to build up at the back. Ball up by Emlyn Lewis. Offside flag. Just gives England the opportunity to reset and build up at the back once again.
Whether this rain will start to help England's passing, you know, the ground being a lot slicker. But again, Wales know when to press, when not to. That's good discipline. You know, so far in the first 24 minutes of play. Clayton Green involved there, I think.
Yeah. Tim Marshall just having a word with the captain, Emily Lewis here. He'll be more than happy with the start his side have made. Leading the side out for the first time. Has the experience of playing in the game in Salford. He is a natural leader. Making sure that he's rallying the troops as we see this cross coming in by Little. Headers won, and it is Emily Lewis. Flag's gone up. And so far, 24 minutes on the clock. Over halfway through this first half. And there she is. Emlyn's mum. Trying to hide there. She's a local celebrity here in Wales. Follows this man everywhere he goes. Every game she's there watching. She'll be so proud just to see her son as the captain, but now to see them 2-0 up and causing all sorts of problems. Will Evans at the heart of it. 1v1 now. Holds her play slightly. Sees the run of Harling, who does well. Pulls the ball back. Can you believe it? Harling pulling the ball back. And Wales are in dreamland. Mark Jones delighted. That was too easy. Will Evans, tremendous play. Waited for the run of Harling. And then Aaron Edwards in the right time with an easy little tap in, Mark.
Yeah, once again, that long ball, good play by Will Evans, shows his strength. He gets time, that's poor defending, gets time to turn. You know, gets the ball into the run of Lewis Harling. He pulls it back into the near post. Aaron Edwards, one touch, 3-0.
Well, defensively for England, you're looking for Jeremy Beadle, and you've been framed because absolute disastrous defending all round. You see the goalkeeper Scott Loach coming across his front post too far, which leaves that open goal pretty much for Aaron Edwards, and he cannot believe his luck.
Yes, you know, fantastic play by Wales. You know, you've got to open up the opposition, but you've got to capitalise on bad defending, and that's what we've seen for the last 2 goals. Poor defending by England, and probably Paul Fairclough is wishing he'd go back to the under-23s.
Well, I was just going to say, Mark, I mean, they've had so many pulling out of the squad and so many more senior players. Here he is. Look at him. Slightly disappointed. I have been Mark's assistant manager for the first 2 games, and I think we've found out what was wrong in the first 2. Christian Edwards alongside him. He won't believe his luck. But you're mentioning there the fact that they have changed at England, and they've gone with more senior players in terms of age and experience. So many pull-outs then. That surely had an effect on the team and the preparations.
Maybe effect on the morale rather than the team, because they expect, you know, the players that are coming in, you know, they're all playing, you know, bar one, I think, in the National League. You know, that's not a bad standard of football. You know, they call it the 5th division, don't they? So, you know, so many professional clubs in that league. I understand, you know, like so Paul Millen, Ben Tozer, you know, Isaac Hayden from Wrexham pulled out. You know, and I think you're looking at the players are coming in, they've got to step up. You know, they represent, no matter which country you play for, you've got to, you know, play with passion and pride, and I think they're just going through the motions. You know, for me, I wouldn't want to travel, you know, something from down London, Torquay, you know, all the way up here and put a performance on like this.
Yeah, you tend to think Alex Ramsey, the goalkeeper's down, receiving treatment. Is that going to ruin the flow for Wales? But the way the game's gone so far, it's not as if it's been wave after wave of Welsh attack. So I don't think this is going to have too much of an effect. They just carry on doing what they're doing, soaking up any pressure that England are putting towards them, which is not too much. And then when the opportunities come, they have been absolutely clinical.
Yeah, I expected a lot more from England, you know, than what I've seen so far tonight. You know, I thought they did come out of the trap for 5 minutes. They had that chance through Callum Roberts, but since then, Wales have grown and grown into this game, and it's testament to the the planning and the preparation has gone in behind the scenes, and the way Mark Jones has set this team up to play. Like you said, he'll be a very happy man after the first half an hour of play.
England looking to build up with Beard on the left. Really good defensive play by Mal Davis, and Kay McLagan once again putting good pressure on Palmer, the England captain. See the same tactic now. England will be very reluctant to play out from the back now, especially seeing Will Evans and McLagan on their game this evening up long. Emlyn Lewis, he'll be happy with them all night long. Those long balls up towards him. Winter down the right. Look at the Wales players all around Armani Little in the middle of the park, and here we go again. Will Evans 1v1, looks for the cutback. Good play by Palmer there, just to come across and help his partner. Good pressure again, McLagan. And that's just an example of how the game's gone. England, as soon as they think they've got an opportunity to keep a little bit of possession, there's a red shirt right in their face.
Yeah, do you think maybe it's the mentality, thinking that the Cymru Premier is not on their level? Coming here thinking I was going to just turn up and we'll roll them over. Well, that's not been the case, that's for sure.
I think if anything, Mac, looking back at the first 5 minutes where we discussed England looked comfortable, plenty of the ball, caused a couple of problems, I think a lot of that comes down to the nerves in the Welsh side. This is built up. This is something Mark Jones does. He builds up the importance, and it just means these players, although they can be a little bit nervous, they want to get that first touch under their belt. But they're up for this. Miles Davis on the right, looking to attack. He's got into a good position there. Was there an arm on his shoulder? No, according to the referee. And his assistant, which was closer to the incident. Well, is there a head injury?
Yeah, I think he stopped the play for a head injury. Don't think it was a foul. I think he got his arm across.
Let's have a look here, Mandeville.
Just across the
possibly
shoulder.
A boot. Possibly a boot as he went past him. As we see here once again, Mandeville. Arm on his shoulder, not much in there.
Yeah, maybe cops him with his trailing leg. Accidental. But he doesn't want to be staying down too long in this. Getting cold up here in Caernarfon now, and the rain teeming down. But again, it's a fantastic ball by Clayton Green, just turning the England back line. They're not comfortable. A lot of these defenders these days, they like to play everything in front of them. As soon as they've got to turn and face their own goal, they don't like that at any level.
Middle of the park, Clayton Green first to that one again. His Barrytown partner, Kay McLagan. Oof, looking for a little through ball. Was there a clip? Yes, there was. Really good play. And you can see the connection. Green and McLagan, how many games have they played in the same side as each other? And good experience on this level as well, under Mark Jones. Two players that he trusts, as we see McLagan here running with the ball.
Yeah, good play. Keen possession, little clip. Nearly found Aaron Edwards with the through ball, but again, gives Wales opportunity now with, the quality of Kano in to get the ball into the penalty area.
Well, Emlyn Lewis, the captain, he's had a word with Kano in there before he makes his little journey across into an attacking position. He'll be wanting this on his head. He'll fancy this. Comes in by Owen towards Emlyn Lewis. And that was certainly the tactic. And at the moment, defensively, England cannot cope with Wales, whether it's set pieces or open play.
Yeah, any attacking player Wales are getting, England that are 6 and 7s at the back. And I think he was Will Wright there got caught ball watching. Where Emlyn Lewis was the Dagenham Redmond play, and again a poor touch in midfield.
Oh, I tell you, really good play by McLagan again, and slightly unlucky not to get a free kick. Not once, but twice, I think.
Yeah, so good. Reading that pass, knowing when to go and close down, put the pressure on. And should have had a free kick there. And I think Sam Beard got the ball first in that one.
I think England are asking for the free kick themselves. McLagan, if anything, is just jumping out the way. See now what the final decision of Tim Marshall, the referee, is. What a start this man has had. No goals for him personally, but he's been a vital part of what Wales have done so far.
Yeah, sometimes strikers are judged on their, goal-scoring exploits, but you've also got to have a partner with you as well.
Will Evans once again on his left foot, looks at the far post and it's Paul! This is Dreamland! The long throw by Miles Davis finds Will Evans in the box. No help, he didn't need any help. Comes in on his left foot, bends it past Loach in the goal.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff from Mark Jones's side. And once again, they can't defend. England cannot defend. Fantastic first touch. Uses that left foot. This time bends the ball around Scott Loach. You've got to feel for the keeper. Head up. One place that was going. And he just curls the ball beautifully for his second goal of the night. And, every time Wales are attacking, they look like scoring.
Well, nobody can quite believe what's happening. Even Will Evans with that strike. I think it was more hopeful. No disrespect to him. I think he found himself in that box, surrounded by defenders. Nobody standing in front of him from the long throw. So he's given time to have a touch. He's given time to have a little look up. He's too strong.
I think
Wales 4, England 0.
I think he had another touch, and then had the time to put it in the back of the net. And he can't legislate. That is very, very poor defending.
England looking to bounce back with something just to earn the respect of Wales. Yeah, good defensive play by Miles Davis. Doing good work here. Paul Fairclough sitting down. What a difference between the two managers.
I think he's in shock, I
think we all are, Mark. Armani Little now, as we just said, they'll be looking to react now just to get something in the game before half-time. Short corner gets taken. Here's Beard with his left foot. Great defensive header by the captain, Emlyn Lewis. Solid as a rock. England looking for a spark now just to get play moving. Wales' shape, good. Beard with a second attempt at a cross. Good head then. McLagan looking to close Beard down. Could this be the third cross? McLagan just jumping in unnecessarily there. Maybe showing as an attacker in that position. Probably best just to stand your ground. Stop the cross if it's going to come, but it gives England just that small glimmer of an opportunity, the chance to get the ball into the box.
Yeah, to the ball to the man as well. It was a free kick, and he's got to shepherd the, Beard there towards the touchline. Like you said, just stop that cross coming in. But he's giving a free kick away, gives England an opportunity.
Little now with his right foot, looking for the in-swinger. In it comes. Poor delivery. Not even getting to the first post. Never mind beating the front post.
I don't think Michael Cheek has had a touch of the ball, or Billy Waters. And that's a testament to the way Wales have set up, the way they've defended, the way they've attacked when they've made the right decisions at the right time. Apart from that.
Dion Donahue there stepping out from the back, showing his composure. And this man, he'll be on cloud 9. He's looking for a hat-trick. Aaron Edwards looking for a hat-trick. You'll be on soon, Mark.
Interesting. Wales get a penalty. This is a nominated penalty taker, or if one of the two players in a brace is going to step up.
Edwards with that run that we're so used to seeing him behind. First to the ball and then the composure. Keeps that ball moving. Looks at the feet of Harlan, who does well on his right foot. Good strength there, little shoulder barge out for a corner. Little fist pump by Harling there. Small incident in the game that means so much. Wales are first to every ball, first, second, causing all sorts of problems.
Yeah, we said, if Wales got a penalty, you take it, but I think, every time they attack, they look like they're going to score another one, and, another chance here now from this corner kick, and, if this goes in, it'll be... I shall pick his lottery numbers if this goes in.
Kane Owen again. He'll be looking for the captain. Good runs. England cleared it. Not far enough. Harling out towards Kane Owen again. Teammate at Penabont. Terrific delivery once again. And here is Harling. Finds Owen. Has he got a right foot? He certainly has. What a ball. England scrambled to clear it. Wales slightly excited, possibly chucking men forward. But look how quickly they get men behind the ball once again, as England look to build with Wright, down the right to Winter. Winter, bit of composure, keeping the ball. Ball inside, Wales shape good once again. And these are the positions, you've said it already, Mac. Wales will be more than happy to see both centre-halves who've seen a mistake lead to a goal. Let them have the ball, keep your shape, and then pounce. As we've just seen once again by Harling. Here's Kay McLagan, he'll be wanting a goal himself on his right foot. Ooh. Will Evans would just be asking himself the question, could he have gone a little bit sooner? It was a shot by McLagan, I'm sure, but just closing that back door by the back post, could he have got there?
I don't think he'd have got there, but I think Aaron Edwards was asking for the ball, you know, to be cut back inside. He was on a penalty spot, as we see there in the picture. Will Evans, maybe, you know, he can't be too harsh on him.
I think we're getting a bit excited, aren't we? As we see Dion Donoghue missing that one. Good hold-up play here by Little. Looks for Winter, right-footed delivery. Left-footed Donoghue, safe as houses there. So important. Brilliant play by Will Evans there. Starts the game as a forward alongside McLagan, but the important work moving backwards, and this man is experienced, that we've mentioned already, so important. Cool as a cucumber at the back there.
Yeah, he is, and you know, just seeing that little drive turn there. And I had Dion, you know, with us at Coleg Menai about 10-12 years ago, and he was a fantastic talent, and it was no surprise that he went up to, you know, to play at a higher level and, you know, in the Football League, and you know, he's done fantastically well at Caernarfon this season. And
step out, Evan, step out.
Again, Wales happy to let the two centre-halves have it, but it's not a bad ball, that one. Oh. Lack of communication there by Ramsey and Dan Davis, and you know, Dan Davis dealt with it and, you know, has conceded the corner kick, and Wales have got to be alert, you know. One ball done, and then
he's got pace to burn. Danny Davis got back and dealt with it eventually. Here's Winter looking for a strike from outside the box. Comfortable for Ramsey. Hasn't had too much to do, so even a shot there that's quite comfortable for him, he'll be happy just to get his hands on the ball.
Yeah, you know, could easily go and deep body there if you haven't got your, you know, technique correct, and you know, that'll give England a bit of glimmer of hope, you know, this last couple of minutes. And I think, you know, talking to Mark Jones about, you know, a month ago before he named the squad, and he was saying about Dan Davis, how, you know, he plays as a full-back for TNS, but he says, you know, in the back three, right side of a back three, you know, he's got so much pace to burn, you know, he could be an asset, you know, alongside them in Lewis.
Long ball by Loach. Lewis dealing with it, with Clayton Green in front. Partnerships building for Wales all over the park, and here's Miles Davis, plenty of energy here. Gets his head up, looking for a cross, he's by himself, 2v1, does so well. Davis with a brilliant cross, and in the box there.
Clayton Green, I think it was.
Clayton Green, who was so important at the start of that move. So Miles Davis kept the ball for so long by himself, a little nutmeg on Beard, gets his head up, and Green had made that move into the box. Everyone fancies a goal.
Yeah, it's a good run by Clayton Green. Maybe Miles, you know, been a bit harsh, should have gone maybe further on, because Clayton Green had gone a bit too far past that near post for my liking. The angle would have been so tight for him to score from it.
Well, we're seeing at the moment the balance of this Welsh side is perfect. Danny Davis, terrific work covering there. He's a player who can play as full-back, as a winger, as a forward, and as one of the three at the back this evening. And we could go through every single name in the Wales team. They've all performed so well. But how would you feel if you're one of the England players now, Mark?
Shocked. You know, they probably didn't expect this scoreline coming out, you know, towards the end of the first half, and you know, don't think any of us would. You know, talking to the, you know, the guys we had a chat with before the game, and someone said 4-0 to Wales, and you know, we thought, oh, and then someone else said 4-1, and then but we think, you know, their prediction as it stands is true, and but if you're an English player, I think, you know, you've got to can't wait for the second half interval, and you know, you've got to play with pride and passion, and you know, maybe Paul Fairclough will make some changes at half time. He's got to do something.
One ball, his cheek, looking to create something for himself. No go. The red wall standing firm at the back there, and he just sensed now Wales more than happy, for good reason, just to keep their shape. Look for the counter-attack if it comes. Make sure this close to half-time they don't leave any gaps.
Yeah, got to keep a clean sheet now, you know, going into the break. You don't give England the goal, so they're going with a little bit of optimism and the tails up. You know, Wales now just got to keep the ball, you know, probably a low block, and then just let the English players have it at the back and be alert, you know, for those long balls, diagonal balls in behind.
Well, if anything, a result at this level of football on the weekend possibly could be a slight warning for Wales. Wrexham winning 6-5 against Dover, so that type of result can happen, but it seems very, very unlikely at the moment. We see Clayton Green there. It's been so good in the middle of the park, alongside Harling, alongside Aaron Edwards, that midfield three. The work rate is so impressive.
And that's what you want, you know, you can match any team for work rate, pride and passion, and, you know, your ability, your technique, your skill level, you know, will look after itself, and, you know, that's what we've seen so far tonight. Wales have had 4 chances and, you know, clear-cut chances and taken them.
And Harling there, just looking for the feet of McLagan, wasn't quite set. England have had, I certainly wouldn't say success, but they've had opportunities to cross on the left-hand side with Beard. Nothing come of it so far, and they will be shell-shocked. They cannot believe what they've seen and what they're witnessing at the moment. Good pressure again in the middle of the pack. Good hold-up play there by Waters. Just forcing England back, looking for a forward pass, nothing on. Wright stepping out. Mandeville keeping the ball. Wright stepping in at the moment, looking to be the free man in the middle of the park. Once again, so many Welsh players, the shape absolutely spot on. Aaron Edwards just getting caught in possession there, no foul. Play goes on, delivery comes in. Alex Ramsey, nice and comfortable. As we close in on the first half, what a half for this man and his side.
Yeah, you know, England again just coming in. Billy Waters, not a bad ball in, no one gambling. But you look at the Wales squad, you know, no Dave Edwards, no Sean McDonald, no Josh Richards, you know, ex-full Welsh internationals, Neil Eardley, you know, those 4, you know, not selected, and you know, so Wales could be a lot stronger than, you know, as a squad. But the lads that have been selected, they've been, you know, fantastic. They've played their heart out and, you know, stuck to a game plan, disciplined performance, and, you know, they're worthy of going in at the break at 4-0 as a stand.
Is there one last opportunity as we close in on the first half? Miles Davis, he's lining one up here. It's a short one. Davis back to his feet. He's looking for that cross on that right foot. It's past the defender too comfortably once again. Great play by Wales. Davis. And there we have it. Half time, you can rub your eyes as much as you want. They're not lying. Wales 4, England 0. Will Evans at 2, Aaron Edwards at 2. We can't believe what we're seeing at the moment. What a half of football for the Welsh players. We'll be back for more in the second half.
Os i chi fel ni yn ffili stopo siarad am bêl-drod yn apidwch a phoeni, mae llawer mwy o gynnwys sgorio ar gael yn ddigidol.
Ar bodlediad wythnosol sgorio, byddai Sioned Dafydd yn trafod unrhyw beth a phopeth sy'n ymwneud â bêl-drod yng Nghymru. Bydd ambell i seren yn ymuno yn y sgwrs hefyd, y cenedlaethol a'r lleol Cwpan Cymru i Gwpan y Byd. Mae'r cyfan yn cael sylw dyn ni ar pod sgorio.
Chwiliwch a thanysgrifiwch I dderbyn y podlediad diweddara.
Yn ogystal â hynny, byddai'n ar y golwg manylach ar gamper merched, ac hynny yng nghwmni Gwenan Harris ar y fodlediad sydd ar gael ar Facebook a YouTube. Chwiliwch am Gwenan a Sioned yn siarad ffwtbol.
Ac wrth gwrs, gewch chi weld y cicio a taclo a phob gol o uwch gyngor Cymru ar ein gwefannau cymdeithasol, gyda chlipiau a uchelbwyntiau cyson ar gael ar-lein. Chwiliwch am sgorio a mwynhewch yr arlwy o bêl-drod sydd gan Gymru i'w gynnig.
Ie wir, Cymru C 4, Lloegr C dim. Na I ail adrodd hwnna, Cymru C 4, Lloegr C dim, a mae hi yn hanner amser. Ac yn ymuno hefo fi, mae ysgrifennydd uwch gyngrau'r Cymru, Gwynder fel pinsiwch fi, mae'n 4 I ddim I Gymru.
Mae'n anhygoel dydy, o ran, dwi'n mor falch dros Mark Jones a'r chwaraewyr, o ran, mae'r gem yma, dwi'n mynd aros amdani 3 blynedd, a dyma'r unig gyfle da ni'n gael yn wirioneddol I ddangos I bobl tu allan i'n cyngrair cenedlaethol ni o beth yw'r gwir safon o fewn y cyngrair. A dych chi'n meddwl, mae'n sgowtiad o nifer o glybiau'n Lloegr yma heddiw. Yn amlwg dod I wylio chwaraewyr Lloegr, wel dwi'n meddwl nhw'n edrych ar ambell un o chwaraewyr Cymru hanner amser.
O, mae yna ddatganiad yn sicr wedi cael ei wneud yn yr hanner cyntaf yma o safon uwch gyngrau'r Cymru, Gwyn.
O, dyna'r holl bwrpas o ran pam oedd pobl yn gofyn I ni pam da chi chwarae'r gem yma. Mae'r 45 munud cyntaf yna heno yn profi pam oedden ni yn fodlon chwarae yn erbyn Lloegr, achos oedd gynna ni hyder yn safon o fewn yn cyngrair ni, a rwan mae pawb sy'n gwylio S4C ar 1,300 mwy o bobl sy'n yma heno yn gallu gweld y safon hwnnw.
A di Cymru erioed wedi curo Lloegr ar y lefel yma. Dwi'n meddwl y gallwn ni reid rhyw binta neu 2 arni, Gwyn?
Wel, dwi'n meddwl sa'n ni'n... Sa'n rhywbeth mawr yn mynd o'i le os da ni'n ildio 4 yn yr ail hanner, ond... Na, dwi jyst mor hapus dros y chwaraewyr, achos sa chi mond I gweld fel maen nhw wedi ymarfer efo'i gilydd, a dim ond ymarfer efo'i gilydd, ond ddeuddydd maen nhw, a da chi'n gweld ôl y gwaith na'r y maes ymarfer gan Christian Edwards, gan Neil Smithers, gan Neil Ebrel a gen Mark Jones, a mae wedi bod yn fraint cael gweld nhw'n ymarfer, a mwy o fraint gweld nhw'n chwarae'r hanner cyntaf yna.
A terfyn ar erchog I wthnos brysur iawn I chi yn bersonol, dwi'n siŵr?
Ydy, wel, mae'r tîm cenedlaethol falle'n os iau wedi ysbrydoli y garfan yma. Dwi'n gwybod, da ni wedi bod yn siarad amdano fo. O'n I ddim digon ffodus I fod mewn yn y stafell newid na cyn y gig gyntaf. Ond wrth weld yr hogiau'n dod allan o'r twnnel, os oes yna unrhyw un yn chwilio am ryw motivational speaker, na I roi rhif Mark Jones I chi.
Diolch yn iawn, Gwyn. Wel, mae hi'n 4 I ddim yma ar yr ofal. 4 gol yn yr hanner cyntaf. Mae yna 7 gol yn gol y mis.
Y seintiau newydd, dechrau tepyn mwy bywiog na ddechreuon nhw. Yr hanner cyntaf, Jordan Williams! I mewn mae'n mynd!
Mae'n agor I gorff, mae'n siapau gorff, mae'n deud ar golwr, dwi'n mynd am y gornau bell yna, a mae'n neud hynna'n berffaith.
Jake Phillips yn gymryd y gic. Dros y wal! A mae'r Flint di taro nôl yn syth. Gic rydd wych gan Jake Phillips yn canfod cornol uchaf rwyd. Na chi gol o hwnna. Jake Phillips yn lansio'r bel I mewn eto I gwrdd-cosbi'r bala. Mae allan at Dan Roberts! O, na chi gol! Na chi foli gan Dan Roberts! O 5 llath ar 20, gwylio'r bel yn syrthio a'i tharoi yn berffaith.
Owen y capten. Allai safle chydig bach, ond am bas, maen nhw tu ôl yr ymddiffyn! Ac am gol gan Nathan Wood.
Am bas, am amseriad i'r rhediad gan y dyn yma codi ben, gweld y gornel, dim siawns iawn yn y gol.
Croesiad da, croesiad peryglis, dyma Wilson! O! Campus gan Jack Wilson. Y bel yn syrthio'n uchel o'r awyr yn troi yn y gwynt, ond ar ei drod dde yn gosod y bel yn ddestlus heibio I Michael Jones.
Yn ffwnio pen I allan nôl I mewn. A hi yn cael ei disgyn i Corbellini! Am gol gan y chwaraewr yn mynd o Fangor yn mis Ionawr. Giacomo Melo Corbellini yn sgorio gol gyntaf yn uwch gyngor Cymru.
Munud i mewn yr ail hanner. Mae'n ddwyn i'r elyn. Chloe Chivers, yr ergyd droed chwith! Mae 2-1 nawr! A gol rhyfeddol arall i gasgliad rhyfeddol Chloe Chivers.
Ia, gol y mis ar gyfer mis mawr, dewis o 7 o goliau i chi yn y fyna. Da ni wedi cael 4 yma ac
Na, fi'n chwaith, mae wedi bod yn anhygol. 5 munud cyntaf na, o'n i'n meddwl, mae Lloegr yn edrych a hanner, mae pawb yma, da ni methu coelio be da ni wedi wylio, and dwi'n meddwl fi Mark Jones yn deud yn y stafell newid yma, boys, peidiwch exitio gormod, oherwydd mae yna gêm dal i'w hennill yma, felly gwneud yn siŵr bod nhw'n rhoi dim byd i Lloegr.
A mi ath y ddwy yn dair?
Do, drydydd yn mynd i fewn wedyn, ac eiron unwaith eto, ond be dwi'n methu coelio, di un bêl syml, ond wedyn mae Will Evans yn cael amser i gymryd cyffyrddiad, troi, un yn erbyn un, dim help o gwbl yn amddiffynol. Mae bob dim rhy hawdd, Harling wedyn efo'r hediad, neb yn ei farcio fo, neb yn aros yn ddigon tyn. Mae'r gol geidwad yn dod ar draws i bostyn agosa fo, dwi'n mwyn lle mae o'n mynd am hotdog efallai, a wedyn Aaron Edwards eto'n amseru i rediad o yn berffaith, a di'r ogia jyst methu coelio be maen nhw'n ran ohono fo. Ond ti'n gweld yr egni, oedd Cain Owen yn gwneud rhediad ar y chwith, ond a 2 neu 3 arall yn y cwrt Cosby. Boes Cymru jyst isio hon yn fwy na Lloegr, mae mor syml a hynna.
Yndi, a welson ni hynny'n glir yn y bedwaredd gol wedyn, oedd yr hyder yn y chwarae, a mi oedd Will Evans, wel, mi gymodd i gyfle yn gampus, do.
Ia, ni bron anghofio pa'n oedd y bedwaredd, mae yna gymaint o goliad i bod, ond eto, pa mor syml ydy hyn? Ti'n gweld faint o chwaraewyr sy'n gan Lloegr yn y cwrt Cosby? Un dafliad hir, ddylia bod yna'r chwaraewr o flaen Will Evans i stopio hynna. Ddylia bod chdi'n cael amser i reoli'r bêl a troi. A wedyn cael dy ben i fyny a cael yr ergyd, ond mae o'n gwneud be mae o angen i wneud. Ond eto, mae yna lot o bobl yn synnu fama wrth i bodda, a mae'r chwaraewyr yn rhan o hynna hefyd, ond ia, fydd pawb yn hapus iawn, ac gobeithio fyna cwbl o'r eilyddio yma rwan yn meddwl, mae yna jans am gap yma, yn enwedig o boes Caernarfon.
Felly 2 gol i Will Evans, a 2 gol i Aaron Edwards. Mae'n 4 i ddim hen yma. Nos Wener, mae gennym ni ddarllediad o'r gyngrair ail gyngrair yng Ngogledd Cymru.
Nawr lle mae'r ergyd yn dod i gol! Mae'n bendigedig gan Edwards. Mae rai rydyn troi, Sonian hyfryd yn gol! Gol! Dadlan Nico! Arfer 2 erbyn 2 ar hyn o bryd. Mae bod ni'n gwneud y gol o'n ddiar! Y bêl yn sgwarat Adam Davies.
Drwcol ar ei droed chwith yr ergyd, a taro'r postyn, iawn i gefn yr oed.
Ia, felly nos Wener am hanner wedi 7 ar wefannau cymdeithasol sgorio. Airbus yn erbyn Llandudno, Airbus yn curo honna, a maen nhw yn bencampwyr y gyngrair. A wedyn ar y dysadwn, mi fyddwn ni yn y dre newydd am hanner awr wedi 12, y dre newydd yn erbyn y Flint ydy'r gêm yn y 6 ucha fydd hefo ni ar sgorio. Da ni'n cael cwmni rwan Mark Lloyd Williams, wannol. Dwi'n gwybod na hanner amser ydi Juice, ond da ni di ennill ond o.
Wel, sa ti'n meddwl, sa ti'n siomedig, sa ti'n colli gêm a wneud o'ch gêm gyfartal rwan, ond mae'r chwaraewyr wedi bod yn anhygoel o'r chwyban cynta i'r chwyban ola yn yr ystod yr egwyl. Gath Lloegr y gorau i'w 6-7 munud cynta, cyflan ac gan Roberts o fanna, ond wedyn, munud gath Cymru setlo mewn i'r gêm ar y droed flaen. A reit, mae'r tactega a'r cynllun Mark Jones wedi reid allan heddiw. Maen nhw'n gweithio yn gampus, a mae'r chwaraewyr y ddisgybledig, maen nhw wedi gweithio ar hynna yn ystod y ddeuddydd maen nhw wedi gilydd. A da ni'n gweld, dwi'n efo Cem y Clag yna, Will Evans, faint o weithgar ydyn nhw. Dwi'n gweld i Ken ef sgorio, mae'n heiddi gol heno, rhaid dweud, ond mae Aaron Edwards yna tu ôl iddyn nhw. Mae'r triawd yna di achosi pob math o broblema i Lloegr, ac maen nhw'n hapus dyn nhw'n gael y bel yn y cefn, a wedyn maen nhw just fatha, maen nhw'n pawnsio wedyn pan mae'r peli yn cael ei chwarae ar draws, yn ytrach na pan mae bel ar y draed, maen nhw'n disgwybod yn iawn pryd i gael awr a pryd i ista nôl.
Da ni'n dechrau tîm cenedlaethol llawn, gan i chi chwaraewyr fel Dan James sydd yn eitha sydyn yn y llinell blaen. Da ni'n gweld rhywbeth yn debyg heno yma.
Ynda, mae Caen a Wil, maen nhw'n hoffi chwarae ar ysgwydd ar amddiffynwr, ac maen nhw'n gallu disgyn i mewn hefyd, ac mae'r ansawdd gyda nhw, y gol gyntaf ac yn Will Evans, gol wych ailo ac gyn gystal, a da ni wedi gweld i'r Anedwt yn gwneud hyn, be mi oed i wneud drwy gydol i yrfa, ac mi fydd Will Evans a Caen McLagan yn ddau yn nhw yn gobeithio, fydden nhw'n aros ar y cae, fydd Caen isio gol a fydd Will isio hat-trick wrth gwrs, so mae'r ddau nhw dechrau pob math o'r broblemau. Ac os yna rhywun yn gwylio'r gêm, a swn i'n syni fydd yna un neu ddau o clybiau Lloegr yn cadw llygad barcud ar y ddau man y dyfodol.
Da ni'n dall ond os oedd ein golan ystafellau newid yn ystod yr egwyl gyda llaw. Felly be fydd Mark Jones wedi ddeud yn y twthwch ar yr egwyl?
Mwy o be gafon ni yn yr hanner cyntaf, wrth gwrs fydd yna newidiadau yn mynd i ddigwydd, ond pwy bynnag sy'n dod i mewn, mae rhaid ni ganolbwyntio a cadw yn ddisgybliedig a bod ni ddim yn ildio gol gynnar.
I'r dim, Mark Lloyd Williams, diolch yn fawr iawn. Felly 4 i ddim yma ar yr egwyl ar yr ofal. I fyny yn ni felly at y tîm sylwedu yn y gantri sych i fyny fanna. I fyny at Dylan Ebenezer a Malcolm Allen.
Bren, diolch yn fawr iawn. Cyfle i Bren chwilio tywel. Oedd Miles Davies yn defnyddio tywel cynt taflu'r bel i mewn. Yn credu lle Bryn Thomas neu tro ar tywel yna. Yw'r ein yn llechio'r tywel i mewn o ran Lloegr. Byddwch chi'n mynd disgwyl yn wneud hynny. Paul Fairclough. Edrych yn boenus braidd yn dod nôl i ochr y cae. Mae wedi gael y sgôr yn eto. Ni wedi trin ar hanner amser yn pensio ni'n enfi y Falcon. Mi'n methu credu bod ni wedi gweld yn yr hanner cyntaf yna. Gwych gan Gymru. Neil Smothers yn gollwng y botel. Drychwch ar hyn. Mae hwnna'n dweud y cyfan. Mae'n noson ofnadw o ran y tywydd, ond yn ogoneddus o ran y sgôr i Gymru ar hyn o bryd. Braf cael cwmni cyn ymsoli.
Welcome back for the second half. No changes at the moment. Wales will be looking to restore their dominance. Miles Davies on the right-hand side here. What are we expecting in this second half, Mark? Surely not the same.
Well, be unbelievable if it's the same, in the second half. But England expect them to come out on the front foot. They've had the roller kin, I'd imagine, at half time, and there's no light in the changing rooms at half time. Whether that for both teams or not, or just one, I'm not sure.
England will be looking to react quickly. As you see the clearance up down the left-hand side for Wales. Dion Donahue with a header. Ball just running comfortably towards Alex Ramsey in the goal. What about Mark Jones half-time then? What sort of message will... Because it's a difficult enough situation to be in as a manager, 4-0 up. You're obviously delighted, but you have to make sure that the team are ready to go out and perform in a similar manner in the second half.
Yeah, the main thing is that you keep your discipline, keep to the shape, keep to the, the game plan, and more than anything, keep a clean sheet. Keep that back door shut. The longer the game goes on, the more frustrated England will get, and then the more chances you'll hope to get yourself. And again, if they stick to the... I'd be surprised if England keep to their game plan, as they had in the first half, because it was atrocious.
Miles Davies there with a header. Aaron Edwards nearly picking the ball up in a good position, ready to face the England back four. As we see Wright and Palmer keeping possession at the back once again. A familiar tactic in the first half. Wales ready to pounce. Good play by England. Little. Twisting, turning. And Emlyn Lewis always hungry to win the ball back.
Yeah, great play by Emlyn. Didn't sell himself stronger in that battle. And again, allows Wales just to take the sting out of the game. It's a horrible night now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think from a Welsh standpoint, you have to play the conditions as well. We've seen Dean Donoghue not looking for the fancy pass a couple of times early on in the second half. Kane Owen there, just with a foul. Little moments like that, slightly unnecessary maybe. Donoghue just trying to clear, not quite enough on it this time. Maybe, as we see England, with a long-range strike. Alex Ramsey just getting enough on it. And Lewis felt he had to put that out for a corner. Good play coming in off the right-hand side as England, through Little, look to build up just a little bit of momentum in this second half. Mandeville on his right foot plays the pass in, looking for a 1-2. No foul. Stepping out. Good ball by Donoghue. Evans always the willing worker, as we saw in the first half. Good play by Beard this time. He goes long. Gap in the back line for Wales. Brilliant play by Ramsey. It was Michael Cheek who had made the run. He thought he was guaranteed to score, but good play by the goalkeeper. England certainly have started this second half on the front foot, looking to build up that momentum. Cheek once again. Wales just need to settle things down.
Yeah, it's a frantic first 4 minutes from England, and you know, Mark Jones would have expected this, you know, and that ball, you know, first one, great save by Alex Ramsey. Lewis had to get that out. And I think on that one, if you go back a couple of frames there, I think he wanted to hit that a bit earlier, but the bounce wasn't that kind to him, and then that touch then allowed Alex Ramsey to close the angle down, and it made it a lot more difficult for Cheek then to get a shot into the back of the net. But fantastic, you know, couple of saves there by Alex Ramsey early on.
You see how wet his gloves are there, just wringing them dry, hoping to. Certainly in that first half, he didn't have too much to do. Everything he did well. But I think seeing the performance that the outfield players put on in that first half, when asked and when called upon, he was there to make a very, very important save.
Yeah, I think I've seen his brother here, Eric. I think he's part of the Man United first team staff, as well as the, I think he's a set piece coach, I think, at Man United these days, Eric.
Yeah, good play by Kane Owen there, winning the ball back. Will Evans slightly off balance, no free kick there.
And Wales have got to keep their, you know, their discipline. England are on the front foot. They're a totally different side, you know, in the second half. They played in the first half, you know, they're on the front foot, they're stronger, they're getting free kicks, you know, they're moving the ball a lot quicker. Their tempo has increased a lot in this second half, and Wales are going to be wary of that, and, you know, like you said, you know, take the sting out of the game as much as you can, as long as the referee allows, and, you know, you've got to get that ball back in behind their back four and just be able to squeeze out.
Callum Roberts, left-footed with the effort. This time Ramsey taking no chances, especially on this wet, slick surface. Ball bouncing unkindly in front of him. Felt he had to deal with it, just with a little parry away for the corner.
Yeah, once again.
Roberts with the left foot towards the back post this time. Wales defending. You just feel that this is, even though it's 4-0 to Wales, this is an important period now. England taking every throw, every free kick quickly. Just looking and chasing, trying to find something in the game. Little into the middle park for right. Here Mark Jones screaming at the players to get up the park. Right to the long-range effort. Wales have been more than happy with that sort of effort.
Yeah, they just, you know, take the sting out the game now. You know, they've got to weather this storm, you know, on and off the pitch, really. But Ramsey there, you know, great save on his near post. And again, this is what he needs to do: have a drink, take the sting out the game. You know, ball boys as well. You know, get a message onto them. Don't you throw the ball back pretty quick onto the pitch. You know, we're winning. And I think now Wales, who just got to, you know, gather their thoughts and just get the ball back in behind, you know, the full-backs, into those channels in between the penalty area and the touchline.
Yeah, these two being so important to the success. Harling Clayton Green in the middle of the park. They put so much into it. The work rate sometimes goes unnoticed. Vital work. A huge part of Mark Jones's plans. Harling especially, probably a few maybe would have expected Mark Jones to go with a Leo Smith in the middle of the park, possibly. But I think he's gone with Harling, knowing exactly what he brings, and he is having a terrific season with Penabont. Switch of play now by Donahue, does that so well. Finds Miles Davis, great touch. Just looking for that space you've just discussed. Not quite the right pass. Wales just need to find their feet now.
Oh, it's a nice play.
Calm down, Mark.
But no, yeah, looking at, you saying about Lewis Harling, Clayton Green, they're playing regular football, for the clubs, Barry and Penabont, where Leo is in and out of the TNS side, and he's not a regular starter. I think he has, played a couple of, the last couple of games maybe, but, he's not a regular in the side, and Mark Jones is thinking, I need that energy, I need them, the match fitness, the sharpness of these players, especially in the first 45 minutes. Leo come on, no doubt, and put his stamp on the game.
Yeah, just another late one by Kane Owen, who's having a little word with Winter, the full-back. That's a couple of fouls now, Kane Owen. Sometimes a slightly unnecessary, but it shows Wales are more than happy to get in the faces of the England players.
And they've got to mix it up as well, haven't they? You've got to make England know they're in the game, physically as well.
Yeah, nothing doing with the free kick coming in. Ramsey once again, just taking his time. That's the right thing. Kane Owen, just little moments, keeping your discipline, very, very important. The last thing you want is, that the referee, for one reason or another, fetches his cards out of his pockets. Ramsey goes long, back towards the forwards. Maybe England getting on a couple more of the second balls in this second half. McLagan looking to close down once again. Ball goes back to Loach.
Oh, when you're part of the coaching set of the Wales C squad, for the last couple of games, and I know you were in this situation of 4-0 up, but do you make substitutions, or do you, maybe to freshen it up, or do you keep it? The players are doing so well. How long do you go before you think, if everyone's still fit and still firing all cylinders, do you make a substitution?
Yeah, I think the hour mark is the normal mark where substitutions possibly get made. In this sort of scenario, I think the players look fit, they look fresh. As long as everything's okay and the shape is good and England aren't throwing something too different your way, I think Mark Jones would be more than happy to keep it as it is, certainly edging towards the 70-minute mark, and then maybe looking to get some fresh legs on, especially with the likes of Will Evans, the work rate that they're putting in.
You'd be disappointed if he had to come off in this game.
Look at this once again, Will Evans and McLagan, both players, both forwards, putting the goalkeeper under so much pressure. That work rate it's infectious, it really is. Closes down one, then the other.
It was unfortunate there not to get his hat-trick, but once again England getting caught playing too much football at the back.
Yeah, good touch. Roberts coming in on his left foot. Kane Owen just needs to be careful. That's probably the third foul in the second half. Stands to get a little bit of success down that right-hand side. Not many chances being created from that position, but Kane Owen will just be thinking, right, one more and I might be in a spot of bother. You don't want the referee to even be thinking about bringing out the yellow card. Roberts doing his best to get England back into this game somehow. That left foot delivery now. Vicious delivery. To his cheek, possibly with his arm just coming across. Couldn't quite get his head close enough to it.
Yeah, I think he goes across, too far across. The ball was okay in by Roberts. Should have been a few yards further towards that far post. But he's the looks like their most effective player. Callum Roberts coming in from that right-hand side. He was the danger man in the first half, but after the first 6 or 7 minutes, he was nullified, and we didn't see much of him till beginning of this second half.
Not for the first time in this second half. We can hear Mark Jones below us, just telling his defenders, get up, get higher. because the tendency, the success has come through all units, the defenders, the midfield players and the forwards being close together as we see the substitutions now. Loach leaves the pitch. The goalkeeper and on in his place.
Yeah, he won't be happy with conceding 4.
No, not at all.
To be honest, you know, nothing he could do. Maybe the one that Aaron Edwards scored his second. He's positioning the near post, but you know the other 3, nothing he could do. You know, but these will give England now some fresh legs, some more energy. You know, are they gonna, you know, spar it? I think he's got 14 goals this year for Solihull from midfield, so he knows where the net is. But we said at the start, you know, there's goals in his England team, and we haven't seen hardly any attacking, you know, promise from them, you know, at all.
Probably the positive thing from a Wales standpoint, 15 minutes have gone in the second half. A couple of chances for England, but they're holding firm. Before you know it, more and more minutes are passing by. Keeping that back door shut, as you say. Keeping that clean sheet, Aaron Edwards, so vital. You see the pressure once again. So much energy. In his mid-30s by now, but still looking so fit. Good stretch there by Emlyn Lewis, the captain, an important one as well. Beard coming inside. Combining with Waters, just another free kick. They tend to be piling on a little bit. Miles Davis this time on this right-hand side, conceding.
We have seen it, you know, teams coming back from, you know, 4 goals down. But, you know, the longer the game's on, the better it is for Wales, but they can't keep giving free kicks away. You know, as a goalkeeper, as a defensive, and even as a team, you want to keep a clean sheet, especially against England.
Little on his right foot. Trying to put it in a dangerous area. And his big defenders have made that journey up. It's a poor delivery, straight into the wall. McLagan just working to stop that ball going out for a corner. Here's Little again, taking the throw quickly. Robinson, clever little pass. Good defensive play once again. Danny Davis, good composure, good speed of thought to get to the ball first. And on the clearance, knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, Dan Davis, young lad. I'm surprised he hasn't gone to the Football League. You know, he did exceptionally well with Connah's Quay last year. You know, and you know the new Saints grabbed him for the first opportunity, and he, you know, he's looking comfortable. Whether that right back, left back, you know, right side of the 3, shows his versatility, and you know he can't buy that, and you know it's a good asset to have as a player. Probably learned a lot from Andy Morrison, you know, for the defensive side of the game at Connah's Quay last season.
Good decision there by Green. Knew he was under pressure. Just knew he had to help the ball on. Last thing you want to do in the middle of that park in this situation is invite pressure with the England players eager to get back in the game. Could have been a little late one there on Miles Davis.
I think it's a little follow through in it from the header that went off for a throw in, but there Miles now's got to just, you know, take his time. I think he got there, you know, leading elbow. You know, he's trying to protect himself more than, you know, connect with Miles. He's not happy. He'd be happy with his performance, that's for sure.
Davis now probably just looking to feed the ball down towards Kane McLagan. We see him down the line. We know he's got a long throw. Aaron Edwards asking for the foul. Once again, Wales' midfield just helping it along. Mason Clark now down the left-hand side. Looks to get past Danny Davis. Holds strong. Mason Clark. Lovely little footwork there. And the difference between England defensively in that similar position in the first half compared to Wales surrounding the man on the ball. Putting pressure on the ball, and here we go, Kane Owen now. Slowing things down, not rushing the break. Donahue keeping the ball back towards Emlyn Lewis. Captain, bit of composure, knowing when to go a little bit long. Slightly too much on it, especially with the pitch being a little bit wet.
Yeah, but you know, gives Wales, you know, even though it's gone off for a throw-in, you know, opposite, you know, the penalty area, it gives Wales a squeeze out, you know, try and put pressure on in that final third. Made it harder for England to get, out of the back. They've been caught a few times. Will Evans caught. It could be a booking. Yeah. Time, I think the patience of the referees going with the Welsh players, but to be frank, the Wales players look like a club team, that they've played with each other for week in, week out. And England, I know international level you've got players from different clubs and different areas, but I think they just picked them up at a service station on the way through.
Yeah, Will Evans there showing that side of his game, that work rate so important. 0-0 or 4-0 up, he's still going to close the ball down. Slightly too eager there. Picks up the first booking. Can't reiterate enough the importance of discipline, making sure that 11 men stay on the field throughout. Green once again. Really is important in Mark Jones' side, his work rate.
Yeah, if the GPS monitors are on them, with the work rate and the mileage covered in the games, it'd be interesting to see, a comparison between both sides.
Here's Roberts, big threat for England in the second half. Yeah, down he goes. Yeah, and
Kane Owen again.
It was inevitable.
Yeah,
probably the fourth, possibly the fifth foul that Kane Owen has had in the second half. And Roberts, he is a threat. Again, it's down to the work rate, coming across, trying to help Dion Donahue 2v1 in that sort of position to stop Roberts getting any sort of easy cross. Just a little bit too eager.
Yeah, it's accumulation of fouls there. The referee, once he's shown one, he'll start showing a few more in, and I think it took him just over an hour to use the first one. The Wales have got to stand their ground.
Roberts now with another opportunity with that left foot. A couple of men in the wall for Wales. Owen and McLagan. Pulls it back short. Once again, good pressure by McLagan, but certainly not the effort that Armani Little would have been hoping for. Maybe the sort of situation where the pitch hasn't helped him. Maybe a little bobble as the ball's coming in here.
Yeah, he took a touch and then he has to strike. But for me, I think, if you Callum Roberts, you've got to whip that into the danger area. Look to it, to score in the top corner. And, for me, I think that was a wrong decision by Callum Roberts. I know he was on, in behind, but there's a chance here now.
Evans again, on that left foot, looking for support. Goes past McLagan, it's Miles Davis on his left foot. We know he can certainly hit them. He scored a couple of screamers, mainly off his right foot, but he would have fancied his chances there, coming inside on his left. Good play again by Will Evans. His importance to the side cannot be... Well, we can't speak highly enough of him, and Davis will be disappointed with that effort.
Yeah, I think that one just did bobble up a little bit as he was going to hit it. But then, Wales, full of confidence aside, and, why not have a pop and go from a 4-0 up?
What are you thinking then, Mark, looking at the bench that Mark Jones has got at his disposal? Who do you think he'll be looking behind him and possibly giving caps?
Well, if we're looking for forward line, I think he's only got Ben Fossett.
As we see here, brilliant effort. Aaron Edwards, as we've spoke, is on a hat-trick. Had a tap in, a left foot shot in the box, and this time from distance notices that the substitute goalkeeper Boots is off his line. Does so well here. One little look, just couldn't quite keep it low enough.
Yeah, I think he'll keep it. Ryan Boots would have got to that one. I think he's only got a couple of yards off his line, but worth an effort from there. Got his head up, seen the keeper off his line. Probably the time he went to hit it, he was keeper had gone back. But you look at it, again, substitution for Wales. Ben Fossett to striker, no Ben Mel. He'll give the same energy up top, same work rate. Got good quality. Scored at international level for the Welsh schools 3 years ago up in Scotland. Darren Thomas, Leo Smith, two local players. One at Caernarfon, one played for Caernarfon.
Brilliant pressure by Davis here. Right footed cross, Boot comes for it. Nowhere near it. As we see Will Evans. Miles Davis is struggling. Possibly a late tackle on him as that cross went in. Unseen by the referee or his assistant. Be interesting to have another look at that because he looks in quite a bit of pain there.
Yeah, be a big blow for for Wales if he's got to, leave the field to play. But they've got Jake Phillips on the bench who can do, a similar role up and down that right-hand side, full of energy. And they'll give Wales, players a time to gather their thoughts, get some drink on board. It was a great cross in from Mylan. I think he's fallen awkwardly there. Whether he's twisted his ankle.
Well, the season that Penabont are having, the season that he is having, got a Welsh Cup final to look forward to, pushing for second place in the league as well. That'll be a slight concern for Rhys Griffiths. Certainly not what's needed for any manager looking on. I think all the managers will be looking on now, hoping that the players of their teams are taken off, Mark.
Yeah, especially with 4-0 up in it. Big games of the weekend coming up, especially in the top 6 and the bottom 6. Could play a couple of Barry players in there.
You see his right ankle here, sorry Mark. As he crosses, I think it is, his right ankle, he just lands. He's almost stretching to cross it, but under no pressure. It's almost unnecessary to be sliding. Perhaps he lost his footing slightly. Mark Jones won't be taking any chances. He'll be having a word now.
No, doesn't look like he's going to carry, play any further part and carry on here. He's struggling there. He's a warrior. You might see him back on the field to play. That sums their night up.
Yeah, Billy Waters there. He knew Alex Ramsey had come off his line, chasing that long ball. Knew there was a gap there, similar to Aaron Edwards moments earlier for Wales. He had the clearance.
Yeah, need to show a little bit more composure there. Miles come on and then gone back off. And yeah, I'd expect, Jake Phillips, straight swap, similar type of player. Also got a long throw as well, Jake, and that can get you a few yards down, especially down touchline if you were to relieve some pressure.
Yeah, as you've just mentioned, Jake Phillips will be the man to come on instead of Miles Davis. He had a little smile with the referee there, so hopefully it's not too bad and won't keep him out. Hopefully for any games, but not a long length of time. Big moment for this man, Mark.
Yeah, another one, Jake, was at Wrexham, a guy who played international level, schoolboy level, for the under-18s, and, we know his father well. Wayne, he'd have, string and his sister there taking a picture of him coming on, his mother next to him, next to her, so they'll be, proud family tonight, and, Wayne will be watching on the TV. Proud father, seeing his lad come on, representing Wales C this evening.
And he's having a really good season with Flint. Successful season for the team, and he's certainly playing his part.
Yeah, I think he had COVID, and he missed a couple of games through that. I think apart from he's played in it, no injuries. He's played every minute more or less of their campaign this year, and they're fighting for an European spot as well, second place or third, depending on who wins the Welsh Cup. So they could sneak into one of the European competitions next season.
Emlyn Lewis winning another header. And Green winning another battle in the middle of the park. Dion Donoghue, no chances once again. Feeds the ball down the left-hand side. Good play by Aaron Edwards to Green. Green driving forward. Finds Will Evans. Kay McLagan making the run in the box. Cross has come in first time.
He had more time than he thought there, Will Evans. He should have taken a touch, waited for support. He only had Kane McLagan. He was at the far post trying to get across. A great vision by Clayton Green, great bit of strength. Feeds the ball out to Will Evans, and Will lifts his head, but I think he got a bit more composure. And I know he's probably tired, but a bit fatigued.
Mason Clark there on the left hand side, gets the ball once again, looks to run, goes on his left foot. Emlyn Lewis gets his head on the ball once again. He's been brilliant. Oof. Just the clash of heads there, an uncomfortable one. See once again here, Will Evans, yeah.
He needs a bit of rest, to be fair.
Another substitute for England coming up. Armani Little leaving the pitch. On his place, Matt Palmer. Not been his best night, Armani Little.
No, talky player. Matt Palmer coming on. Plays for Notts County. Probably disappointed he didn't start the game this evening. But I think probably Callum Roberts, probably the only English player who can, come out of this game thinking they've done okay.
There he is, Jake Phillips. Similar feeling probably to the whole side as the game started. Some nerves, desperate to get on the pitch and get a cap. He's on there now, so he'll be looking to get some involvement in forward positions as well as doing his work defensively.
Yeah, especially with his family from Caernarfon as well. An impression in front of the Covey Army.
This man's been a rock at the back, the heart of the defence, the middle of the back three tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's not the quickest, Emlyn, but you got Emlyn, if you've got someone who's that influential and wins everything, in the centre of the three, and you got Dion and Dan Davies who did a fantastic job alongside him. Emlyn will just, he'll soul every ball coming down the middle. Tenacious character, good leader. And he's done fantastically well in the heart of that defence tonight. And, he's captain and he's led by example.
Yeah, as we see Will Wright leaving the pitch, the Dagenham and Redbridge defender on in his place. Lewis Baines. England just looking for what looks like it would only be a consolation goal now.
Still teaming down the rain here.
And we see Jake Phillips' men. Flint will be travelling to Newtown on Saturday.
Newtown had a fantastic win, didn't they, at TNS last week, and they'll be open to carry that form into the game against Flint. It's not going to be easy against Neil Gibson's side. And they're so tight at the top of the Cymru Premier, for the second and third place.
Kane Owen just looking for that pass in behind. Hasn't quite been on as often in the second half, but Wales obviously reluctant to push too many men forward. Happy to keep their shape, keep their discipline. Emlyn Lewis, the captain, so important in making sure that happens. Owen wins the second ball. Evans again. He's looking for his strike partner. Not quite able to keep the ball. Has tired slightly Will Evans as the game has gone on. He's put so much into it. Lewis to Phillips, back towards Ramsey. Taking no chances, going longer. McLagan in offside position. It's Will Evans going for the header. Winter collects on the right-hand side of England's defence, just stepping in to their attacking half. Inside to Robinson just looking for that pass. I think it was Mason Clark, who has looked lively since coming on the pitch. Just looking for that run in behind.
Yeah, Barney striker. I thought Mason Clark, he has been lively, like you said, and England haven't created nothing of sort. But again, you've got to give credit to the game plan. The discipline of the Welsh players. They're not, they're sticking to the plan of Mark Jones and Christian Edwards give him throughout the week, and it's paying dividends so far.
Emlyn Lewis using his experience. Clever ball. Knows Kane McLagan's going to be there, but knows as a centre half himself, that's the type of ball you don't want to be defending. You don't want to be facing your own goal.
Especially when you just come on. I know he's fresh, but not into the pace of the game. And last thing you want is someone like Kane McLagan, haring down Ian Ekin, putting the pressure on. He said, good weapon to have. Jake Phillips' long throw.
Here we go. There's only one place this is going, unless he really surprises all of us. Long throw, Jake Phillips. Oh, bit of a slippy one. Bit of an anticlimax there.
Yeah,
built him up a little bit too much.
Didn't bring his towel with him. One of the ball boys with the towel before, that would have been wet with this amount of rain we've had in the last hour, but the pitch is immaculate.
Jake outside! Jake, show him out! Show him out, Jake!
Danny Davis just collecting in the box now. Been quite clear. Harling putting Sabara under pressure. Beard unable to keep the ball on the pitch.
You look at Anthony Limbrick from watching this and looking at Dan Davis' performance, the right side of the three. I know they don't play three at the back, at TNS, but maybe of European competitions, coming up in the summer, that could be an option, and that could be a place where Anthony Limbrick will put Dan Davis.
Yeah, good header by Will Evans again. McLagan on the run. Looks to face up to the defenders. Aaron Edwards could be one of his last involvements in the game. A substitution about to happen. Phillips with a clever ball to Harling. Not enough players in the box for Wales for that to be an option for the hard-working Harling. Working his way back now, following his man Sabara, who's making a clever run. Out comes Ramsey. Takes his time, staying out the game. This second half has just been about discipline more than anything, giving England not even a glimmer of an opportunity. And these will be delighted with what they've seen. Probably feeling a little bit flat in the second half after all the excitement in the first half.
Yeah, spoiled to the first half, wasn't he? With the 4 goals. And, sometimes the half-time whistle, doesn't help, especially the attacking team. England have already said, right, we'll try and keep a clean sheet in the second half, try and get back into it, try and get an early goal. They haven't. And probably the opposite, and Darren Thomas, he's waited, a couple of years for this moment, to come on in front of the home faithful at Caernarfon. He's been a fantastic servant, for the Covies over the years, and they'll be made up seeing him come on here.
Yeah, good play by Will Evans, just holding the ball up, feeling a little contact on his shoulder, and this is the big moment. Aaron Edwards about to leave the pitch, we think. A couple of goals this evening. What a servant for Wales at this level of football. What a servant for the league. One of the best players for so many years, and we see the goals here, Mark.
Yeah, fantastic finish, the first one, and then again getting into the box, into the danger area. Timing his run to perfection. And he comes the applause, first of all for Aaron Edwards for his performance, and then the second will be for Darren Thomas coming on.
Yeah, big moment for the man they call the Covey Messi, Darren Thomas, in front of his home following here at Caernarfon. 35 years of age, possibly thought the opportunity had passed him by, but no. Gets 10 minutes now to have an impact.
Yeah, one of the best free kick there by Kane Owen.
Just to put it into some kind of context, I think at this level, England have beaten Wales 4 times, a couple of draws. Wales have never beaten them. So for someone like Aaron Edwards, who's played against them a few times, this is going to mean so much.
Oh yeah, when you look at it, the preparation has gone in. They'll be delighted, with how the week has gone, and it's a shame that they probably think we've got to wait probably another year until this squad is assembled again, and it could be a few changes in it, a few players not on form, etc. But what they've got to do then is go back to the clubs and keep performing and keep knocking on that door, and they've shown they can perform at this level. The 11 lads have started this evening. But England will be shell-shocked.
Yeah, Wales tactics, sorry Mark, Wales tactics absolutely spot on. The credit that Mark Jones and his coaching team deserve, because everything was perfect throughout the game, but that first half in particular, when to put pressure on the ball, and then what type of pressure. It wasn't closing down just for the sake of it. It was closing down with the meaning and the intention of winning the ball back, and here they go again. What a performance.
Yeah, and if you've got players that buy into your method and philosophy and how you want to play in the match, and if you're disciplined and you're going to do that, then you're going to get a result more than often, and more often than not. Sorry, and to be fair, they've fully deserved the win tonight, and they'll take all plaudits, and rightly so.
Rain still pouring down here. Won't matter one bit for these Welsh players. Continue to work hard. McLagan once again, he's so good at that press from the forward position. Almost dictates where he wants the ball to go. Make sure that the pass goes into the play, in towards the player where he knows Clayton Green's going to be in behind him, supporting him. No goal so far from McLagan, but his performance has certainly deserved one. See the next substitution now for Wales. Lewis Harlan, who's had a really, really good night. In the engine room for Wales, and in his place comes the Cardiff Mets midfielder Tom Price.
Yeah, Lewis done well. To be fair to him, put a shift in, and he's getting, the hug there of Mark Jones, the manager, and fully deserved. And Tom Price will just do exactly the same job. Keep it tight in there for the last 6 minutes.
Davis with a slack pass back. Mason Clark now looking to run into the box. Jake Phillips looked like he was beaten, but Mason Clark going to ground a little bit too easy in the opinion of the referee, and here's Will Evans now.
Yeah, tired touch there by Will. He's put a shift in, to be fair to the lad.
Offside flag goes up. Phillips is about to face a 2v1 situation. See Will Evans here, the other hero of the night. A couple of goals. He's worked so hard. Fully deserved those goals that'll mean so much to him and the team.
Yeah, be disappointed coming off an hat-trick, that's for sure. But fantastic effort that first one. Buried it, and then the second one, how was he allowed so much time? He'd scored one, and he had so much time in the penalty box with his left foot, and he gave him, as a 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, he gave him another opportunity to bend it in the other corner.
Yeah, and in his place, Nathan Wood, another Penabont player, getting his first cap. Good forward-thinking player, very intelligent, technically very, very good, and similar to Darren Thomas now. 5 minutes or so to get a couple of touches on the ball and try and make something happen, get a fifth.
Yeah, I think Darren will push up, Darren Thomas will push up more to sort of support Kane McLagan. Like a 3-4-2-1 now with Darren Thomas and Nathan Wood playing in behind Kane McLagan. Just to shore up that midfield and make England, force England to go wide. That's a foul.
Yeah, Price, he's obviously seen his fellow midfield players putting in such a shift and winning so many balls back, and he's thinking, right, I haven't got much time, but I want to get right in the middle of it. That's certainly a strength of his game. Darren Thomas closing the ball down here, middle of the pack. Price getting in again. Clayton Green has been terrific. Good play by Danny Davis. Steps in. Little pull of his shirt. Almost about to lose his temper. Doesn't need to. 4-0 up. Less than 4 minutes left on the clock. Good play.
Yeah, kept the discipline all night. They don't want to, ruin that now and do something silly, and did well there. Like all the players tonight, they'll be very proud, and they'll probably be eager to watch, the game back on, when they get home.
Phillips, good switch of play. Owen on his left foot, just keeping the ball, looking for a bit of help as well to win the throw. Owen just feeding the ball down the line. Not the best of throws. Wood closing the ball down. Price just trying to help the ball on. Will Evans' pace not there anymore. Probably the best option just to look for Nathan Wood's feet. As we see England just pushing on, trying to get that goal. Mason Clark in the box towards the back post. Offside flag goes up. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Nope, free kick.
Yeah, I thought it was a free kick.
Put it back.
It was a late tackle.
It is Danny Davis who found himself out on the left-hand side this time. Played on the right all night. Just slightly off, and we see Leo Smith about to come on for a cap that'll mean so much to him, and this man has worked so hard tonight.
Yeah, great work rate by Kay McLagan this evening. You know, deserved the goal, to be fair. That work rate, you know, played his part. You know, him and Will Evans, you know, a fantastic pairing. He's getting applauded, rightly so, and you know, apart from the goal, you know, he's done everything the manager asked him. And then, is it snowing now, or?
Yeah, deep cross, too deep. Sums up the night for England, that one. Poor free kick.
Yeah, they've been poor all night, haven't they? Apart from the, like I said, first 6 or 7 minutes, probably first 10 minutes of the second half. You know, Wales have dominated the game, and you know, tactically Mark Jones has got that spot on, and that was you know, deserved the yellow card.
Yeah, just a late one for Danny Davis. And a word on Mark Jones. You know, this will mean a man that we know so well. How much will this mean to him this evening?
Oh yeah, so much. You know, the work rate he puts in. You know, he watches so many games of football. You know, from the Cymru Premier down to the lower levels. He phones me about players for the Welsh school side. You know, from games he's watching, you've got to have a look at this player. You know, he compares him to Premier League and international stars. You know, and you know, he's a fantastic servant, you know, to Welsh football, and you know, deserves this night. And you know, I'm working with him on the Airbus landed no game on Friday night, and that'll be a joyful experience for him. He'll be still smiling, you know.
We have to make sure he doesn't get too big time. I think, you know, the champagne will be out by Mark Jones. I'm sure he'll be buying every single one of these players a bottle tonight. I'll be disappointed to hear otherwise, that's for sure. But similar to you, Mark, so pleased for everybody, but certainly for him. He won't want to see his side concede now so late. Good play by Kane Owen. But yeah, just another word. Mark Jones, we both know how much it'll mean to him, and he deserves this more than anybody. Congratulations to Wales. What a performance. Blew England apart in that first half. All 4 goals coming in the first 45 minutes, and look at what it means. What a performance. Wales 4, England 0.
Yeah, unbelievable performance from each and every one of the Welsh players, and you know, I know England will be disappointed how they performed, but you've got to give credit to Wales. You know, the tactics, the discipline, the game plan worked to a T, and they've only come together at the weekend. And you know, same with England squad, but you know, they've had the game plan. Mark Jones, Christian Edwards, you know, Neil Smithers, they've all, Neil Ebril, the goalkeeping coach, you know, his backroom staff as well, and it's a fantastic evening for Welsh football.
What a night. Just a little reminder for myself and Mark Lloyd-Williams. Wales 4, England 0.
Yeah. Oh, Mark, what can I say? Congratulations. Beyond your wildest dreams?
Yeah, thank you very much, Bryn. It is beyond our wildest dream, but what an effort from a set of players who gave us everything they had. They were absolutely fantastic.
It was a shaky start, possibly, but once that first goal went in, wow.
Yeah, they were all great goals as well. I mean, Will Evans was razor sharp. Kane McLagan, I don't know whether I've seen a striker work as hard as that in a long time. The midfielders won their battles. Emlyn Lewis was a tower of strength. Every one of them, I don't want to mention individual names, every one of them were fantastic.
Prior to tonight, never beaten England at this level. You've done it as the manager.
Yeah, I've done it as a manager. It's not about me, Bryn. It's about a set of players. They were absolutely fantastic.
going on from here now. Next time, you again?
Well, I hope so. If I get a chance, I'd like to stay and do it. Yes, I would.
Thank you very much. Brilliant. Thanks.
Diolch, Bryn.
Iati croen, dim ond yn poeni am eiliad. Am hynny, dechrau ar y wen yr gwyneb Emlyn Lewis. Mae'n di wneud llawer da'i clybiau, chwarae'n Ewrop ac ati. A mae'r gwn i'n mynd i gwybod yna, wedi gwneud berig popeth sydd i ennill yn domestig yng Nghymru. Sut mae heno yn cymharu? Yn un ôl at Bryn Thomas, mae gyda Aaron Edwards.
Aaron, mae'n oer, mae'n dechrau bwrw eira, ond di o ddim bwys o gwbl am gêm, am ganlyniad.
Na, da ni wedi treino yn trwy'r wythnos a mae'n bod yn wych, mae'r hogiad i gelio'n andros o dda. Llawn heddi'r result heno.
Ond ta cyn y gol gynta, mi oedden nhw weld chydig bach o well tîm, ond unwaith ath gol gynta Will i fewn, dyna ddim troi nôl.
Na, mae'n tîm da dyn efo chwaraewyr da, ond pen nath ni cael dim bach o spel ar y bel, nath ni dangos beth da ni gallu gwneud a nath ni llawn enjoyo.
Mae rai mi ofyn y gol gynta i chdi rwan, ges di gymaint amser i feddwl am y gol, oedd o beth mynd trwy'n feddwl di?
Dwi'n meddwl cymryd un touch i'r llall a just canolbwyntio hitio fo'n lan a yn lwcus oedd o fynd fewn.
A wedyn yr ail gol Aaron Edwards, fel mae Aaron Edwards yn neud i ceic hwnna, fel mae wedi neud i'r Seintiau Newydd yn y lle iawn ar yr amser iawn.
Ie, dyna, wedi neud career allan o fod, yn lwcus o fi o nai, i tapio fewn.
Diolch, Aaron, llongyfchad mawr a diolch.
Diolch yn fawr, diolch.
Mae werth gweld y golygfeydd yma. Glawn y beidio. Mark Jones yn mynd at y cefnogwyr, y chwaraewyr yn mynd at eu teuluoedd. A ni sydd nôl i gael mwy o ymateb nawr. Drwch ar hwn yn mynd lawr y twnnel. Mark Jones yn derbyn y cymeradwyaeth ar emosiwn o'r diwedd. Gwyn Derfel yn ei gofleidio fe. Mwy o ymateb nawr. Will Evans gyda ni.
Well, it's always been a pleasure to interview you after you scored for Bala. It's a double pleasure now. Many, many congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's quite funny actually. I said to Alex, imagine if we go and win today, and imagine if I go and bag a couple. And we were just laughing about it, joking, but no, it's really special night. I mean, it's the first time I've come to the camp, obviously with it being cancelled over COVID, and you know, we've bonded from minute one. And like the boys have said all along, it's been rivalries in the league, and we've gelled so well together this week, and well, that's shown this evening.
Growing up in Llanfyllin, was it, did you ever dream, not only would you play for Wales, but you'd also score 2 goals for Wales as well?
Yeah, no, it's a great achievement. I mean, to get the call up first and foremost is very special, and then to go on and get 2 goals as well, and yeah, it's a great achievement.
That first goal, very, very similar to Gareth Bale's second goal against Austria.
Yeah, I think so actually. Joking. I just wanted to get a good contact on it. I got it under control, and I just wanted to go across the keeper, and luckily enough, it's gone in the box.
And the second goal wasn't a bad one either.
Yeah, no, not bad actually.
Not bad.
I saw the big lad. I tried boshing him off, and luckily it's gone in the far corner.
Will, it's always a pleasure, doubly so tonight. Many congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Diolch yn fawr iawn I Will Evans ac I Bryn Thomas yn y glaw hefyd. Fi'n siŵr bod e'n mwynhau pob eiliad. Fel ni wedi mwynhau pob eiliad am wythnos ryngwladol ni wedi cael. Mae'n fraint dilyn y cyfan ar sgorio o'r tîm cyntaf, tîm dan ni'n rhugen. A mae rhain wedi coroni'r cyfan rywsut. Am coroni, am campus. Dwi'n gwybod ni, diolch yn fawr iawn am wylio. Fi'n mynd I orffen drwy wedi sgôr I chi unwaith eto, achos mae'n werth ailadrodd hyn. Cymru 4, Lloegr dim. Nos da I chi.
Dyna I chi waith tîm arbennig.
Job dda. Screwfix yn nodi pêl-droed ar S4C.
O, Matt, diolch. Lot o hwyl. Lot fawr o hwyl. Good laugh. Right,